I'm Emma Charlotte Bangay for Rescue TV, and today I am delighted to have with me Elsa Morgan, celebrity makeup artist and one of the country's leading makeup artists.
In my role as makeup director for L'Oréal Paris, I've done her makeup on quite a few occasions for events, but also for photo shoots, stills photo shoots, and also TVC, and she is an absolute dream to work with. Yeah.
So what would be your tip for Megan, say if you were working with her and she hadn't had as much sleep or was just, you know, not having the chance to look after herself as consistently as she does? What, just say for the eyes, what would be your tip to?
Well, there are certain tips and tricks with makeup that we can use just to kind of help us along. I think using a highlighting concealer is a really good way to make yourself look like you've had that 8 hours sleep that maybe the bub hasn't let you have. So a highlighting concealer is a must. I think that every girl should have one of those in their makeup bag, and then using that at the inner corner and then pressing just with the pad of your finger, just pressing the product to blend it, and you press it from the inner corner out, but not going too close to those lower lashes, because when you're too close to that lower lash line, it can make your eyes look a little bit possibly puffy or swollen, and that's definitely what you don't want when you're a bit tired. So keeping it at the center and then pressing it out as you go. And gorgeous big lashes, I think, you know, and Megan actually has naturally gorgeous lashes, but mascara is one of her favourite products too.
And that's a really quick solution to getting out the door and kind of, I suppose the eyes, you know, they are a real focal point for a lot of people, but they do show all the signs.
And actually a lip colour, I think just whacking a little bit of bright coloured lip can just, you know, make your whole complexion look alive. And so that's another tip.
And with brows, whether you have thick brows or thin brows, is it just really important to groom them each day, to maybe brush them up?
Look, I think obviously
lifting that part of the face.
It is lifting, and I think there's a lot of girls who can possibly make the mistake of looking in the mirror straight on and choosing their eyebrow shape straight on and missing that the side tail of the brow. And even if you want thick lashes, it should be quite groomed and tapered quite beautifully, and if you leave them a little bit too hairy around the edges, it can draw the eyeline down. So really, I think taking the time to create a beautiful shape and just seeing it from a few different angles, maybe grab a compact mirror and have a look at yourself from the side and making sure that that tail is nice. And that's another red carpet thing, and also another thing that Megan totally nails beautifully, and she takes great care with her eyebrows, and makes sure I do too when I'm doing her eyebrows. You look at celebrities as they've progressed through the years, one of the things you really notice is when the eyebrows really are become beautiful, that's when that red carpet moment hits the mark. So using an eyebrow pencil, maybe a wax to set them into place, and brushing and grooming them just can set the whole face into this sort of beautiful polished red carpet ready face, and then everything else is a gorgeous accessory.
How do the celebrities recreate?
So one of my you know, the bells and whistles in my kit, but one of the ones that I use on almost every girl that I do, even if whether she be a 16-year-old model or, you know, an actress of, you know, of any age, using an illuminating. Well, actually, I use the L'Oréal Lumi Magique, but it's a primer. But I actually use it. I put a little tiny squirt in my hand and I press my fingers into it, and I get the tiniest amount, and I press that onto the high points of the face, including the bridge of the nose, which I think is often girls don't like to get in case you're oily, and I can understand that. But I think a glow, a little bit of a glow, like that candlelit sort of glow on the high points, including that bridge of the nose, cheekbones, the cupid's bow, a little bit at the top of the forehead, and the inner corner of the eyes, and I just use that just at the very, very end, and it gives this beautiful lit from within healthy glow that you're often, I mean, it's true, your skin can be quite lackluster if you're not eating or sleeping as well as you like to. That's a good trick.
So that's where the light naturally hits, is that right? Those high points, and that bounces the light off, giving that
exactly.
Right.
And sometimes getting a gold eyeshadow or a sort of a warm silver eyeshadow and just running that at the center of the eyelid, just near the lash line. Even if you've got a beautiful smoky eye or you're doing something dark on the eyes, just getting a highlight at that center lid at the top, it's one of those subtle things that people don't really notice that you have it there, but you just look really alive, and especially around the eye area, that's pretty special. I like
that illusion.
I think doing a beautiful mask before makeup is really good. Like that skin preparation can be getting a really good facial, or doing it even yourself before applying the makeup can make all the difference. So taking the time just to take care of your skin before applying makeup is a big insider tip. And then also those details like highlighting the center of the corner of the eye and curling the lashes, all those little things make a huge difference. Megan is an example of someone who has beautiful bone structure, so she goes with that and she frames that beautifully. So I think looking at your face in really clear light and then making choices, like if your eye's beautiful almond shape, extending that almond shape rather than changing anything, and highlighting Cupid's bow just to make sure your lips look the fullest they actually are, instead of using a lip liner to go right around the edge.
Yes.
Just amplifying whatever's naturally there is probably the best way to go. The general rule is just anything too flat can look a little bit dull. So I love a rich, moisture-giving matte lipstick.
Right.
I do love that, but with a bit of highlight on the Cupid's bow, I think can eliminate any problem of looking a little bit older. Like I think a matte lip can look really fresh and youthful, and just balancing it with maybe a bit of bronzer on the skin so it doesn't look too dull. It actually brightens your face. But I actually am getting into glosses and beautiful sort of sheer but pigmented lip glosses and those sort of things. I do like a little bit of a shine on the lips. So that never went out for me.